tarikatın asfah ve hayrun fi cemi'a.
Our path is the path of the Word of God. And we ask the spiritual power stations and the friends of God, which are the saints, for their spiritual support and to stand by our side, that they shall give us what we actually need. It shows heavenly good manners to ask for heavenly support before you say anything else. And we say we ask for permission to tell you something too. And that what we are telling you, may it come from you, Allah. Because His knowledge is more than knowledge that I have. And you don't need my knowledge, you need His knowledge. And that's why we are here. Oh, you people. What got this world to give you that you keep on running after it? What can it give to you? Allah, the Lord, tells us. Oh, you humans. What can this world give to you? Tell me. And how much can it actually give to you? And how much can this world actually give you? And are you even able to bear what this world has to give you? How many pockets do you have? How many bags? And if this world can give you so much, how many pockets, how many bags do you need then? Oh, Sheikh. I got an extra vest made for me. I've got a pocket inside and a pocket outside. And on the other side as well, pocket inside, pocket outside. And I've got here my coat vest. I also have got 2 big pockets. So if this world's got to give you so much, but how much does actually fit into those pockets? And that is why. And that's why we've got those checkbooks. And we've got the banks. What doesn't fit into your pocket, can fit into the safe of a bank. But then in whose pockets are, or is my money if it's not in my pocket? What do you think? Tell me. Who does this money belong to? Who does this gold all belong to? If it's not in your pocket, if it's not in your pocket, what is in your pocket, it may be that it is actually yours. But what is not in your pocket, it may be that it is actually theirs, even though your name is written on it. So what do you do with all that money that you've got in your pockets? Well, we're gonna go shopping. And what do you do with all that money that you don't have in your pockets? Oh, I let them buy. I let them work with my money. They buy stuff for themselves with my money. Ain't that true? Sure. And then the bank does all the work all the good money with your money, but only gives you just like the crumbs,
Krümel sagen.
the rest, the runt of it.
Deutsch kannst du ja verstehen, ne? Wenn nicht, er übersetzt Italienisch hier. Was ist das für ein
What
Spiel,
kind of a game is that
was hier abgespielt
that is actually being played?
Und
And
der
the
Herr
Lord
sagt,
says,
diese
in
Welt
this world,
hat etwas überhaupt.
does anything have any value, any worth?
Diese Welt
This life on
ist
this world, oh you humans,
nur
is
viel
only
Spaß und Betrug.
play, game, and betrayal. That's what it says in the Quran, because this life on earth, on this world, and your life here is only made of play and fun and games and hallucinations.
Was ist das denn?
Then
Diese Faszination.
what is that fascination you've got? That
Das ist
it's a fascination
der Halluzination.
to be fascinated with all the hallucinations.
Und Alexandro will damit
And
nichts
our
zu
brother
tun haben.
Alexandro doesn't want to have anything to do with
Ich
that.
bin nicht fasziniert von einer
I don't want to be
Halluzination
fascinated by any hallucination.
und versucht
And-
jetzt neue Software.
And he tries to get a new software update.
Versucht eine Software, neue Software,
He tries to develop a new software
damit sie anders
so that he shall work differently.
vom materiellen Denkweise zu der
So, and you derive from the material way of thinking to a spiritual,
Software.
and that is what we call a software update.
Und
And the Lord says in the Holy Quran, "Oh, Prophet Moses, go to Pharaoh,
aber sprich ihn an in
but talk to him in a way, in a language that he actually can understand and that he can accept, without having you killed first."
Und wir, man
And now
uns
they,
in eine
let
Sprache
us-
sprechen, was nur
now
Alexander
they let us talk to you in a language that only our brother
Entwickler
can understand, because he is a developer of,
Ära der Software,
who's a developer of a new era of software,
ein neuer Ära
as a new era is coming
kommt.
and is approaching us, he says.
Es muss was Neues,
Something new has to be developed, he tells us.
neue Denkweise,
New ways of
neue
thinking, new ways of
Lebensweise.
living.
Wie viel
How
Wert
much worth
hat diese-
does this world actually have?
Wie viel hat diese Welt dir
How much does
gegeben?
this world actually have to offer you?
Und wenn
And if
alles,
everything,
wohin mit diesem alles?
if it's everything, where do you take all that everything once your time's up? They
Man
say,
sagt, Haji Ahmed Efendi,
my
nicht
brother,
tragbare Besitz.
they call it
Hast du sowas gehört?
property that you don't
Wie nennt
carry.
man das in Deutsch? Hä?
Like immovable,
Also, Geld
like
kannst
money,
du
for example,
bewegen,
you can move,
hä? Das
like
Haus
for
ist
or a
niemand
house
und
or a property.
unbeweglich.
They are immovable
Unbewegliches
property.
Besitz. Oder? Hä? Hä? Besitz. Unbeweglicher Besitz. Du wirst dich am
In the
Ende
end,
von einem Ort zum anderen
You will have
bewegen,
moved from one place to another place, or they will make you move,
weil du nicht dich selbst
because you
tragen
cannot carry your own weight, late, and then you will be carried in the end. Where to? To the grave.
kannst. Hat sich gut gepasst.
Wasn't that nice rhyme?
Ja? Ja, ich will mein Haus.
Well, I want to take my house with me.
Welche Tote sagt,
What that person tells us, they cannot say anything because they're dead.
was für ein
What a
Schicksal.
bad
Alles,
destiny.
wofür man
For all that you worked for,
sein ganzes
all the energy you had, all your youth, and you sacrificed for it. But in the end, you couldn't take it all with you. What a bitter end. What a bitter destiny, ain't? So who is being born here with gold in their hands? Or with dollar bills in their hands? What baby does that? Open their hands and then you have gold flowing out. And they said, well, a brother from the other side. Well, what kind of child does that? Says that? Everybody comes with empty hands into this world. And who goes and leaves with full hands? Well, that's good. Then, if you say you're going to leave empty-handed, then you won't be disappointed. But if you try to leave with full hands, you're going to be disappointed because nobody is going to leave with full hands. And then our brother, well, tell me something. Alexander the Great says, tell something about me. He was a great king. And they say, but the true Alexander the Great, he was a ruler of the world and also a prophet and a wise man with lots of wisdom. Our Grand Sheikh once said, when in Pakistan, where there is in the Indian Pakistani, it's called Punjab. It's a really big territory, a big area. Until then, till that borders, he arrived, Alexander the Great, with his army, and it was great troops. All his horses of that army got golden reins to them. And the shields of the warriors were made out of gold. Or they were like gold embroidered into it. Or gilded with. And it was such a great and imposing army. So that you could neither see the end of it nor the beginning of it. So great of an army it was. And then there was also a parade. 100,000 of people came. They wanted to have seen that army and that king. And Alexander the Great got sick in that place. Sick, deathly sick. And once it was final that he was going to die, he called out for all his viziers and ministers to come to him and told them, all my ministers and viziers, once I will have closed my eyes to this world, put me into a coffin, but my hands shall be lifted outside, shall hang outside of my coffin. And they were astounded about that. Why? Oh, our king, why should you look so funny when we are all putting you to the grave? Because you are the king of this world that we know. And Alexander the Great said he was one of the 4 rulers of this world. 4 people until now actually really ruled the whole world. 2 were non-believing and 2 believers. Alexander the Great was one of them. Nimrod and Abu Nakzak were the non-believers. So Why do you want to have it like that? That your hands shall be hanging outside your coffin when we carry you to the funeral. That shall be a teaching to the people, for all humans. That once we are saying goodbye to this from this world, that the last time that they shall have learned something from me once I say goodbye to this world. And the ministers asked, like, and what kind of teaching shall this be? Alexander the Great, the king of this world, the ruler of this world, that got all the treasures in this world and has it, and was holding them under his hands. Now see how he looks like when he says goodbye to this world. With empty hands he came into this world, and with empty hands he will leave this world. That's what they shall have seen, will have seen. Empty. With empty-handed he will leave. About all those treasures. Nobody can even carry a treasure in the size of an atom to take with him. Not even Alexander the Great. And now all gold belongs to me. And now all the things to possess belong to me. Now all humans are servant to me. Now I am the authority. I'm still the ruler. But one moment to another, once my eyes are closed forever, I won't be able to rule anymore. And I will be ruled. And then I will be imprisoned. And they will catch me and take me from this world and get me out as a prisoner, but not as a king. Oh, my brother. Ain't that true, or is it not? How will you have left this world? As a free man or as an imprisoned man?
Prisoner in English. Prisoner. Shakespeare hilft mir jetzt hier. Goethe sagt, ich hab die Schnauze voll. Du weißt mehr als ich jetzt langsam. Prisoner.
As a prisoner.
Let
my hands hang outside of the coffin, that all the world shall know that even if you are a ruler of this world, you cannot take anything with you out of this world. So what all this fighting and warring, waging war, what is all for? He saw that everything is nothing. So what do you live for in this world? For what? And now we talk about the purpose of life. If this is really nothing, once you reach that level, that the end of it all, the level of the end, and good people who've got good in their heart, Allah will open this, those feelings, and we'll start think about that. What's it all for? Today I've got everything that I got today, and tomorrow what will I have again? What will I have carried with me? this getting together, this community, this congregation won't be here tomorrow. But I want to have everything again tomorrow. But that's not how it works.
In Album.
It won't work.
Wir waren mal zusammen.
And then they start to turn into pictures that you put into an album.
Verschau.
We once were together.
Was ist geblieben?
3 days later, there won't be any album anymore. And it's all dusty.
Gab's es ihn überhaupt? Man sagt.
So what is left?
Man sagt, es gab ihn.
Where is that Alexander of Great? Did he really even exist? They said. They say that he was here. But where are they now?
Der richtige Weg, was du da gesagt hast, ist auch richtiger Gedanke. Möge Allah dir den Weg öffnen und mehr Verständnis.
This is the true path that what you told us. It's also good thinking. May Allah open the path for you and give you even more understanding.
3000 Jahren,
This is
war
all.
vor Christus, oder?
See,
Alexander der Große.
this might have been
Schon.
2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago. He was born before Jesus Christ, right?
War ein weiser Mensch.
Even back then,
Flasche reingetan, geschrieben.
he sent us a message
Und dann haben wir es.
into the future because he was a wise man.
Und da hat
He-
das alles.
He written a message into a bottle and put it into the oceans. Now we got it, we caught it, and we open it, and that's where he all explained it to us.
Was aus der Flasche raus so rauskommt.
For us to turn into those that they can find the path.
Hacı Ahmet Efendi was?
So what's getting out of the bottle?
Den Pfadfindern.
Pathfinders.
So
What does pathfinder mean?
sind man kann
Those who find the path.
Ab jetzt Pfadfinder.
So to find the right path.
Wie schön.
You can also call us that. From now on, you can call us the pathfinders of God. Ain't that nice? And Goethe says, Shakespeare is here, I will come as well.
Hacı Ahmet Efendi. Kennst die Geschichte. Harun Reşit. Der berühmte
The great Caliph, my brother, you know that story.
Persönlichkeit
Harun
der
Rashid,
1001 Nacht.
the famous,
Hast du gehört? Khalif Harun Reşit.
the famous person of 1001 Nights.
Khalif, ein weiser Mensch.
That is Harun Rashid, Sinbad, the
Bagdad.
seafarer. He was a great Caliph and a wise man. He was a king
Königlichen Hofe
who came from Baghdad.
Ausflug machen.
He once was with his court
Und dann
and
sah ein Tier,
went horse riding
wollte Jagd auf dieses Tier machen und dann
for the day. And then
ohne
he saw an animal
zu sein,
and wanted to hunt that animal. And without
verließ die Gruppe und stand ganz allein in
without even realizing it,
plötzlich
he chased after it and lost his company and was suddenly all alone in the desert.
und die Gruppe.
And suddenly there was nobody there anymore.
Ritt in der Wüste, da
And he lost his path and his company.
bekam Durst. War
And he kept on going in the desert but there's nothing there.
Durstzustände.
And such a great heat, and he got thirsty.
Und plötzlich
He was almost
sieht da vorne
to die of thirst.
eine
Like he was really,
Einzeit.
and suddenly, way up ahead, he can see a tent.
Dahin, kommt an und rief,
And
"Oh,
with
du
the last
Verlorener,
glimpse
du
of
Seite,
hope, he moves towards that
hast du
tent,
mir ein
arrives,
Glas Wasser zu
and calls out, "Oh, you inhabitant of that
Dann kommt
tent,
eine alte Dame raus. Sie hätte schon vor 100 Jahren
could you
gestorben sein.
present me a glass of water, please?" And an old lady comes out.
Was denn?
she should have died 100 years ago, but she was still so old she was. But she came out and asked, yes, what is your consent? I haven't heard that. Well, you came here to hear something that you've never heard before. So an old lady comes out of the tent, like a grandmother, and already had a glass of water in her hand. And she said, "Oh, Harun Rashid, king of this world, such a famous king, who's got all those riches, are in need of one glass of water, one cup of water. Oh, mother, and oh, so much I am. Oh, my whole life is hanging on to that one cup of water. My whole life is hanging on to that one cup of water." But then let's make a trade, the woman said. If we're here now, we can do this world, because this world is here for making trade. What have you got to offer me for that one cup of water? How much gold do you want? No. My cup of water isn't that cheap. My whole treasure chambers is for you. But give me that cup of water now. But the old lady said, "Well, oh king, what have you got to offer me for that one cup of water?" My whole treasure chambers. But give me that cup of water now. Until this moment you have survived. But you can still stay patient and survive on. But we have to finish that trade we've got here. Ain't she a good businesswoman? Wait a minute. All your treasure chambers, is this all worth here for me? My gold here has more worth here than all your treasure chambers. If I would have needed all of this, I wouldn't be here in the desert. So what do you need if you don't need gold? "I want something special," she said. Tell me, oh Harun the king, how many years are you actually ruling right now? How many years have you been king already? Like to this day, 40 years. Well, then give me your 40 years of your rulership. I want to have that. And Harun doesn't understand. What kind of wisdom does it have? What? Okay, I've donated to you. But then you won't have any life before this. You were never a king. You lost it all that you had for 40 years. I'm going to lose my life if I don't go into this trade. Give me and take what you want. Well, go on and drink. And he's drinking the water. And in that moment he forgets that he once was a king. What am I doing here in this desert? Who am I? What am I? And then that one glass of water, and Harun Rashid, that great king, drank one glass of water, And he suddenly started to get that pressure inside of his body.
Die Frau sagt, halt.
And he doesn't know where to put it.
Wo ist die Toilette? Halt.
And he's looking actually for a toilet, so to speak. And the woman says, stop, like what?
Sag schnell, was willst
Let
du
me
von
go,
mir?
I need to go to the toilet. Well, let's have a trade now.
Nicht alles, noch nicht. Du hast mir deine
Continue,
Vergangenheit,
I gave you, what kind of trade? I gave you all. Well, not now.
deine Zukunft.
Not everything, she said. You gave me your
Ja,
past,
ich muss pinkern, sagte er. Ja, aber nicht sofort. Du musst wissen,
but what about your future?
was willst du von mir?
I still need to pee, but yes, no, but not now. You have to
Angeschaut.
hold it in a little bit. What do you want from me?
Du hast auch noch dazu 40 Jahre König zu sein.
I was looking into how many years you still have got left. And from now on, you still got more 40 years to be king. Well, and so what? But I want to have that too, she said.
Normalerweise 40 Jahre als König noch regieren.
Can you follow my brother? Do you understand that story?
Ja,
Usually, he was still about to rule for another 40 years. Well, yes.
Du hast dann für die Toilette, Toilettengang gesagt.
I also want to have that part of life. But what for? For you to go to the toilet.
40 Jahre deine Vergangenheit bezahlt.
For one glass of water,
Und jetzt für 1 Liter Pinkeln.
you gave me 40 years of your past. And now, for one liter of pee,
Sagt er, ich will niemand sein, nix sein.
I want to have your 40 years of future.
So,
Take it, otherwise I'm gonna burst. I don't want to be nobody and nothing, but I really need to pee. Once he made that trade with a woman and going to the toilet,
kommt ihr auf die Idee plötzlich, Gedanke, was ist denn
again,
jetzt? Dreht sich
he thinks,
dann gibt es kein Zelt.
he suddenly got the idea, what just happened?
Da ist niemand.
Is looking around, but there's no more tent.
Was ist mit mir passiert?
He's looking around, there is no more woman.
Was soll das alles
And there's
sein?
nobody there.
Für ein Glas Wasser
What just happened, he asked.
alles meine Vorexistenz aufgegeben.
What was this all about? For one glass of water,
Liter Pinkeln,
all my pre-existence I got rid of,
für ein
gave it up. For 1 liter of pee, or 2 liters, I don't know.
meine Zukunft weggegeben.
For one going to the toilet, because the water's got to get out again,
Ich als König,
I sold my future, I gave it away.
gefüllte Schatzkammer.
And this life is supposed to have any worth. I am the king,
So schnell
who's got so full chambers, treasure chamber, and so rich, and has got such a big kingdom to reign. I gave it up for just 1 cup of water and 1 liter of pee.
wie das sagt,
That's how much worth everything's got.
wieder im Wald mit seiner königlichen.
In that instant, when he said that, he's back in the forest with his royal party, hunting party. Oh, Harun, he said, this is supposed to be, this is supposed to teach you what the Lord has shown you and taught you. Everything doesn't have any value in this world. Only He is there. That is why we come together and bear witness to that truth. And we say,
sagen, La ilaha illallah, illa illallah, La ilaha illallah, illa illallah, Hu la ilaha illallah, illa illallah, La ilaha illallah, illa illallah, Hay la ilaha illallah, illa illallah, Allah la ilaha illallah, illa illallah. Hay la ilaha illallah, illa illallah. Hu la ilaha illallah, illa illallah. La ilaha illallah, illa illallah. Hay la ilaha illallah, illa illallah. Allah, illa illallah. Hay la ilaha illallah, illa illallah. La ilaha illallah, illa illallah. La ilaha illallah.
La ilaha illallah. There is only Him and nothing else. That is the truth. Everything is just a fata morgana and a hallucination. And if you are truly there, but only when you're with Him, but never without Him. And that is what this word is all about, my brother. For you to realize that. And for us to realize that. If I say you, I don't mean it you directly, but we all are. It's a certain way of pronoun, because once we address you, it actually means we are all included. I am the explainer of all grammar. That is why we're here. Everything is nothing. Everything's got no value. There's only Him, and only He got a value. Once we realize that, then, only then, we can get out of this hallucination, out of that little bubble, and we can get out of that and gain true. But only with that realization that everything is just meant to keep you distracted and doesn't, as only hallucinations got no worth, but we should only take as much as we can for this that we need, like for our physical needs, but not as much as we can. Only as much as we need, but as much as we can. That's wrong. And then the Lord will give us a true appearance and being. Right now, we have nothing like that. We only got an as-if being. And that's why we've got this probability. Like,
Allahu, 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 Allah, Allahu, 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 Allah, Allahu, 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 Allah. Allahu, 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 Allah, Allahu, 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 Allah, Allahu, 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 Allah, Allahu, 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 Allah, Allahümme salli ve sellim ala Nebina Muhammed aleyhisselam salaten tedumu ve tühta ileyhi memerre leyali ve tulet devam. Allahümme salli وسلم على نبينا محمد عليه السلام صلاة تدوم وتهدى إليه ما مر ليالي وطول الدوام الله 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 Allah. Only one Sultan, only one truth. Hürmetil Habib. Fatiha. Beraber Allah.